Okay, now we're talking about the Arnold Classic, and now let's talk about the Olympia. You finished as high as third. You feel you should have been higher?
Yeah, a couple of times I could have been at least second. I had a lot of personal situations going on at the time that was breaking my concentration, and I felt like, late night arguments piled up on me to not getting any sleep and getting hassled in the gym, hassled at home, and I was just like, I couldn't focus on the task at hand. And I had the contest, I had Ronnie where I wanted him in the deep end, in the deep water at the Olympia, and somehow, outside distractions just got the best of me when it came to that show. I tried to push him to the side. A lot of bodybuilders are going to experience that. I think when they prepare, distractions. If enough distractions add up and add up and add up to more and more time, add up to a week worth of distractions, then you probably might kind of find yourself not on for that competition.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that.
Oh well. Ever think about going back on stage? Maybe the Masters Olympia? Or?
Yeah, if they're going to keep having that, and it's always, and sparked my interest. And I think I have some body part. I mean, it's not going to be the same real deal guy, but I think everyone has injuries. Everyone's body's changed over the years. Father Time never loses a race, so
You still want to do it?
Yeah, I love it. I like to, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question. Do you think there's a possibility for someone in the future to win the Olympia based on aesthetics and not solely on size?
Sure. I think I've been beating that drum for a long time about, the importance that I think the sport got away from a little bit, that look, and I think enough people talk about it nowadays that they miss it. And hopefully that, we'll see it coming back to that level. I call that the great era of bodybuilding, the golden age, so I'm just glad I was able to be a part of it,
And how do you see the modern bodybuilding scene right now? It looks like in the 90s a lot of people were a lot better prepared than right now. It's all about size now.
Yeah, but I think when people were learning from doing, now it's more or less people are learning at home in their basements or wherever they are, taking photos and stuff for the different social media sites, and everyone's a star. Before, you had to really be proven to be a star. Now people are stars before they've even proven to be a star, with a nickname, haircut, colorful clothes, football jerseys, whatever. But the main point that we're supposed to be trying to achieve is, I don't think it's the same game. It's not the same game, for sure, what I was doing.
Yeah, you were competing, with Dorian, Kevin, Flex, and whatever.
Different look. Different style of what they do for competition is totally different.
What do you think separated you from these guys? What was your niche? Yeah, in the 90s.
I had
What made
I had a
you?
frame. I had a frame that no matter what, I had wide clavicles. I had a nice shape that I came in, and then like quads. Had striations, feathers, and all 3 quads. Every show I did, it was never going to be a show without that. Nowadays you hit and miss. You got the bodies are changing shape. Everything's changing right before your eyes.
Yeah.
Microwave bodybuilding.
Oh, that's a good term. That's a good term. How would you describe your rivalry with Flex? And what do you think he was better at? What do you think you were better at? They're like the two aesthetic people in the 90s.
Well, I thought he had a smaller bone structure than I did. I think a funny fact about Flex is that 2 weeks after the show or a week after the show, he was like a lot smaller already, and his weight would plummeted down pretty low within a week or so after the show. So I was training with him a lot at the time, so I'd see his strengths and weaknesses a lot, and type of, when I seen him training, I was actually pushing him to train harder when I was training with him, even though he was my competition. I didn't have that ego about me to where I couldn't give a tip or encouragement to my competitors. And he was one of them. So, but we always said if I didn't win or he didn't win, then we hoped that the next one wins to be each other. So we had a really competitive edge in and out the gym. We did cardio together. We ate at the firehouse together. We traded buying each other meals at the firehouse. All that stuff. So we was like a strong brotherhood that was, me, him, and Rico McClinton was strong brothers.
Yeah. Now, the question is, if you would be at your best from the 90s, how would you think you would fare today, maybe at the Olympia?
I'd win.
That's pretty straightforward.
Shit.
Yeah. There's a kind of a controversial question. Can you explain, or if you know the difference in bodybuilding in the 90s and today as far as the super supplements usage?
It's hard to say because, I would tell someone, this is how I prepared, this is all the different steps that I took when I prepared. They may or may not believe that, being on what they consider because I was a very strong person. So I think people thought I was doing a lot more stuff than I was doing. When actually, the actuality of it, I was a lot less than what people could ever imagine. Not because, I just always had, health always like rung in my ear that, I've seen people that was on tour with me that wasn't no longer on tour with me after the next year, throughout my career, from Benaziza to Munzer, we was all on tour together at times, I met Munzer here. Momo. I met Momo here in Gold's Gym, and I remember that day clearly, exactly where we were standing and everything, and I stayed in a hotel where he died, all that stuff, and, just getting in shape is one thing, but taking it too far is a whole other ballgame for me. And I think it did something I never tried to go to that ultra shredded look. I thought I had a good look, sort of like Lee Haney. Very healthy, but very sculptured and very muscular.
And gave you longevity. You did what? Yeah. 72 pro shows or 70 whatever pro shows? Whatever there was, I don't know.
Yeah.
So when you look at bodybuilding, would you recommend it to your kid maybe, or?
Not my kid.
Not yours?
No. No, not my kid. Not just because I just, his body type he has, which I'm fully checked out. He's got more of a body. He has my muscularity and insertions, but he has the body of his mom. So, double jointed arms and stuff. It's just not for bodybuilding. But he's an excellent athlete. He runs fast. He's great. He's a state champion wrestler, state champion in judo. So the next step is just to encourage him to keep. He's very good at school, so he's halfway there, successful. Schooling, and I think that'd be. If we can get him into football, it'd be great.
A lot more money there.
Yeah.